right, welcome back to America's Voice Live. Another spending crisis is looming. Seems we have a lot of those, don't we? This time, once again, over the debt ceiling. In short, the Republicans don't want to raise it, though that's what they always say. And the Democrats do. President Biden's White House has gone so far as to say there will be no negotiations about raising it because the Republicans want to put some brakes on it. Yeah. But no concessions from Democrats. The Republicans say they need a bargaining chip here to slow down spending. There's even been talks of the United States minting a $1 trillion coin, though Janet Yellen has dismissed the idea as absurd because it's absolutely ridiculous. So is there going to be anything different this time? And have we already passed the precipice anyway in regards to spending? Is there any way out of the mess that this government has created through my entire lifetime? Here to talk about it, Walser Wealth Management President Rebecca Walser. Rebecca, good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
You know, it's not time for gamesmanship with the $1 trillion coin or whatever they've got. The truth of the matter is we spent ourselves into $31.4 trillion in debt. I used to read that $25 trillion, somewhere in that range, was the point of no return. I don't know if we're at the point of no return, but I do know that people want their money back at some point. People want to be paid back for the debts that are owed them. So where do we go from here?
Well, you're so right, Steve. I mean, basically, we've raised the limit 78 times since 1960, with the last time being December of 2021 to the current level, 31.4 trillion. And I think that Americans are just tired of the fact that we can't seem to get any spending cuts promulgated. Like, where is the analysis of the effectiveness of the spending that we've already committed to, and how is the planning coming that will allow us to use the tax collection that we have along with some reasonable level of debt and fix it? Because if all we're going to do is run deficits annually year over year, Steve, and add compound to the 31.4 trillion that we're hitting the limit of now, how is this ever going to get resolved? Where's the resolution? I think that's what Americans are really tired of. And now, even though the majority is so razor thin in the House, they at least think, okay, well, Republicans can at least stop, block, tackle, do something to stop the insanity of just continuing to spend and hitting that debt limit as if it means nothing, and then voting again. I mean, the Democrats, let's face it, they don't want a limit at all. They want to erase the debt limit.
Of course they do. How can you buy votes if you don't have the money to do it, Rebecca? Come on, there's a plan here. It's been in place since 1933. This is how we buy votes. We use taxpayer money to do it. Here's something that I find confusing, though. Maybe you can help me with it. Nearly half of our debt, $14–15 trillion somewhere in there, is owed between agencies. It's not like we owe it to China or Germany or somebody else. It's owed between government agencies. So is that really debt, or is that just a counting mess?
Well, it depends, right? I mean, it depends on what do the agencies owe each other and in what capacity, and is this something that's forgivable? These are the kinds of accounting reconciliations I think people want absolute analysis on. We never get answers. I mean, for having a representative government, we're not a democracy, but for having a representative government, Stephen, we never get the answers as to how this is going to get fixed. All they keep doing is having these little squabbles about raising the limit, and then the limit gets raised again. Where is the accountability? Where's the financial accountability? Where's the fiscal accounting going to come from? Because we're not getting answers. And what we have complicating this debt limit problem is the fact that we have the same time the Federal Reserve trying to run off the balance sheet up to $95 billion a month. That we know creates liquidity problems. So if we don't have the Treasury able to sell, and we have liquidity problems being created by the runoff of the balance sheet on the Federal Reserve side, $95 billion up to $95 billion a month, we have potentially massive problems. And the X date, which is, the date that we can no longer actually cover what the obligations are that we owe, Janet Yellen's putting that as early as June, which a lot of analysts don't believe until it would happen until August. But we haven't ever come that, we should not be coming to that point where we're not meeting our obligations. We need to attack the obligations, not how to meet them.
Yeah, we could sell California. I'd support that, raise some revenue around here. Hey, we'll see you in Los Angeles and San Francisco. I'm just trying to be creative, Rebecca, and get some things done.
Well, the Treasury Department actually came out and said that the Civil Service Retirement Pension Fund basically comes up from in its investments. It basically matures on June the 30th. That's $145 billion. And the Treasury Department specifically mentioned that they would normally reinvest that right away. They might actually use that fund to help fund things. And I don't think people that are in the civil service want to hear that. So this is really
No, I don't think so
crazy.
Either. No. I don't think the taxpayers want to see it at $31.4 trillion either, with no limits on it. But, Rebecca, my guess is it's all political theater. I don't know where we go, but probably back to the checkbook one more time. Rebecca, as always, thank you for being here.
Thank you.